was built to last. With the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past. With all I'm achieving, got my foot on the gas. Never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best.
Alright, what is up, y'all? It is your boy, Carnage. Welcome back to the Kingdom. Today, I figured since I'm already be practicing on some practice skin, why not go ahead and record it? It's the new year. I haven't made a actual tattooing video for this channel yet, so I figured why not do this. It's been a while since I've actually gone and practiced tattooing. This is actually one of the designs I made a long time ago. This is kind of a twist on the laugh not cry letter thing with the yin yang symbol. It was a lot of deeper meaning behind this. Now, looking back at it, I see a lot of stuff that I probably should have changed, but we're still gonna do this design. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you do want to see more content like this. I am still trying to get a little better with the tattooing. Most of my stuff has just been line work, because I feel like if you have a very strong foundation with line work, then that kind of makes the tattoo all that much better. It's my opinion, of course. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I am using a 11 round liner from Wormhole. I have one somewhere here. Stand by. Alright, so kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's an 11 round liner. 11 round liner. And then I also have a 7 round liner. Probably hard to see because of the light, but it's a 7 round liner just for like the smaller details, so like the teeth and like the stitches and the little fluff right there. And then there was supposed to be bricks right here, but that kind of came off. But it's neither here nor there. But we are using Wormhole cartridges. I am using the Mummy, running it at 6.5 volts. As you can see, I kind of pulled the line already just to kind of see what, how it would feel, because I haven't done it in a while, so that was kind of the reason why. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, guys, make sure you hit that like and follow button, like and subscribe. I'm sorry, I'm so used to my streaming, so you gotta forgive me. So we're going to go ahead and get started and apply a little bit of Vaseline. And I know you're supposed to work from top to bottom, but since I already did this line, I want to kind of get most of this left side, right side kind of done. Again, this is just me practicing. I know as depending on which hand you use, you're supposed to start on that side at the bottom, etc., just so that way you don't wipe off the stencil. But why not? I'm gonna just follow directions as I should. I'm gonna apply a little bit of Vaseline, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. No, one thing I've never seen somebody, one thing I have not seen anywhere on YouTube or on TikTok, I have not seen anyone using this pin style machine. This is a mummy. I got this off of Amazon 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, about 4 years ago. I have not seen anybody use this. This is a very, very reliable machine. 4 years running, not one issue. I got it off of Amazon for like maybe like $170. I can't remember. I'll put it up on the. I'll put it somewhere right here. But I've been running this for the longest. I've given myself tattoos with this machine, and it works perfectly fine. But nobody ever talks about it. There we go. I like my needle to stick out a little bit more. I don't like riding the tube. I'm more of a float the needle kind of guy. So, there we go. That looks a lot better. And it makes it a little easier to be able to see makes it a little easier to be able to see where my needle's going. So there's that. Alright, so two things. One, I did switch needles because for whatever reason, this one felt a little better. And secondly, you always want to make sure that if you have a pen style machine that has a screw-on battery like this one does, make sure this is screwed on tight, because I realized for whatever reason my voltage was where it normally is, but it was not hitting as hard as it should have. See, that was a clean line. So for whatever reason, I guess when I was cleaning it, I didn't really put it back in, like screw it in all the way, and it's kind of had it snug. But you can always feel and hear a difference in your machine depending on if the battery's running low, if something's not tight, and things like that. So you always want to double check your machine, make sure your machine's running properly, make sure your needles aren't janky or jagged, make sure they're all one piece, which is what I know I do often. I actually double check my machine, but for whatever reason I didn't double check it today. But this is all, of course, part of the learning process. when it comes to being a tattoo artist, or at least trying to work your way up to that. Because I, as well as others, even some tattoo artists, still have issues when it comes to tattooing, when it comes to setup, when it comes to the machines. Nobody's ever perfect. The best thing I can say is, you know, if you do plan on going in for an apprenticeship, um, one thing I usually ask, or one thing I normally ask, one thing I would ask is when they were becoming a tattoo artist, what was their hardest obstacle and how did they overcome it? By doing that, you may find an answer to something that you yourself are having an issue with and don't know how to overcome it. So just ask, even if it's not under an apprenticeship, if you on YouTube, on here, if you see somebody and you see they're a great artist, ask them like, what was their hardest obstacle to conquer? Because you never know, they may have the same issues you're having when they first started. So it's always good to ask because you never know. You may find that holy grail of, holy crap, this person has the same issues I had when I first started. So you never know. It's always good to ask. I know that was kind of random, but like I said, it's kind of good to kind of see where you fall when it comes to other artists, because like I said, you never know, they may have had the same issues you had when they first started. So hang on, for whatever reason, I always like to just check my needles, and when I feel like they're getting clogged, I like to kind of wipe them off, because a lot of the times some of that excess ink can kind of clump up and dry on the needle itself. So I kind of like to take it off, give it a nice little wipe. Of course, you're not going to do that during tattooing, but this is just to kind of learn how certain needles and machines react when it comes to the needles being blocked or clogged and things like that. I don't want to get too far into it. I'm going to just go ahead and finish the rest of this, and once I'm done, I'll be right back, because I don't want to make this video way too long. think that's all I'm gonna do for right now. I didn't want this video to be way too long, but as y'all can see, this is the final product. There's lines in here that I want to go over because for whatever reason the Poseidon cartridge I was using was not holding ink very well. For whatever reason, I don't know if this is a faulty one. I've never had an issue with these holding ink before, so I don't know if, like I said, maybe it's a faulty one, maybe it's just one of those days where things just kind of don't go the way you want them to, which happens. But yeah, so I ended up switching to the wormhole cartridge, the 7-round liner, instead of the 11-round liner that I used with Poseidon. So maybe it just might have been the needle size that kind of made it a little more difficult. I don't know, but this is the final product. Like I said, this was a design that I made 7, 8, maybe, how long ago? 7, 8 years ago. And I just took it and put it directly on the fake skin. I didn't alter it. I didn't try to clean it up. I just wanted it in its raw form because I wanted to see how or what I could do to this to kind of enhance it a little more, and to also kind of test myself because I haven't really been practicing how I should. So I wanted to see how my line work was, how I could handle certain angles, certain shapes. You can see like the yin yang was a little bit oval, just a little bit. You probably can't see it from the angle, but there we go. It's a little bit oval. It looks that way. That's only because of the extra effect. So it's technically a perfect circle, not a perfect circle, but it's definitely a circle. But I do want to go over this. I'm not going to do it on camera because this video is probably 40 something minutes long, and hopefully you guys can kind of see what I mean by just kind of practicing, finding out where your mistakes lie, finding out how to overcome those mistakes, and how to be a better tattoo artist. So this is going to be my journey. This is my step 1 journey of trying to better myself as a tattoo artist, because the hardest step is always that first step. You know, that whole leap of faith. Then on top of that, people on the internet can be mean. So, but yeah, this is my piece. This is how it came out. I definitely want to redo these up here because a lot of these lines are pretty inconsistent with the. I guess I either didn't have enough pressure. Maybe my hand speed was a little too fast because the lines are there, but it's not saturated. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming by. If you did like my video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.